Welcome to this week's Cattle Call. I'm Susan Littlefield. As we're going to look at a variety of different things, what's been happening with this cattle market, what has been the discussion on maybe some improvement when it comes to bids on the cash, and are there some majors reaching out? So long term, does that mean maybe the cleanup is starting to take place? We're going to find out about that and retail demand as we continue to see more and more cooking at home. Brad Kooima joins us with Kooima Varilek out of Sioux Center, Iowa. And I think let's start at this cash market. What has been your thought as to how we move through the week?
Well, we're finally seeing some improvement, albeit it's slow. I'm reminded of that old comment, the commodity phrase of up on the stairs and down on the ladder. When the cash market was collapsing, we were losing $5, $6, $7, $8 a week, and now that we finally are showing some improvement, it's more like $1 or $2, maybe a week. Monday morning, I thought that there was a significant more enthusiasm that we were going to see a little better cash this week. You have a packer that still has plenty of margin. You've got an industry that's slowly getting current from north to south. I think Iowa is quite current. I think Nebraska's in good shape. Kansas and Texas, not so much. But we're gaining, right? Some 158 bid by majors here now, which is the best that they've had, that particular major, since for months. So we're getting better. Obviously, these cattle don't work at all down here yet, but some improvement in the cash market, which I guess I view as a little encouraging. Plus, I think it gives the producer just a little bit of, well, hey, maybe we're done with the downtrend. Maybe I can be a little less impatient. I think the lows of the cash market obviously are in my opinion, and now it's just a matter of how quickly can we recover to a level that we can tolerate again.
Is there some positives coming when we talk about the basis, maybe bids being set for the fall by some of these majors? Does that bring some good news for our cattle producers?
Well, maybe I'm really looking at a glass half full type of way of looking at things today, but there is some of the packers are willing to reach out a little bit and establish some bids for like September and October, and some of those basis bids are kind of attractive even compared to what the normal difference between, like, say, where cash is in September and where October is now. Maybe I'm overreading this deal, which is possible, but I'm kind of starving for some good news. I'm wondering, so maybe the packer, if he's willing to kind of try to gain some inventory back there, I'm a big cash negotiated guy. Everybody should know that, right? So I'm not promoting this upfront stuff. I'm just reacting to it, thinking if the packer wants to own some inventory, maybe that's a good sign. Maybe you're starting to be able to see the way at the end of the tunnel, the light that finally, okay, we're about through this backlog. And of course, the packer's going to have a better idea of that than you and I are, because they're out there every day,
So is that backlog? Because, there's a lot of concerns with COVID and what's going to happen down the road. Are we going to see more plants closing? Is there the possibility of being, shall we say, caught up on backlogs by this fall?
I think yes to the caught up part. There's been really in the last week and a half, I think we talked about it last time you and I were on here too, about absenteeism at the packing houses. And some of it's because of worker fatigue. Some of it's an attempt to get more compensation. But actually, most of the time here, it's because we're getting more cases, just like everywhere in the United States, right? So now there's better protocol. I don't think we're going to get to a point where they're going to have to close a whole facility. The protocol now, so if you show up and you got a temp, you got to go home. Now, some of those places go, well, not just you, but the person to your left, the person to your right, etc. It has to be home for a certain short quarantine. But the bottom line is they're not as efficient as they could be because of this, not having everybody there. So 650, it looks like, is kind of the magic number we've been able to kill in this environment. I'm hoping that as we get another week or two down the road, that we can see a little better kill. Now, to your question, if I was to be dumb enough to guess, I think by the time we get to October, that we're going to have this thing flattened out. Our light placements will catch up to the backlog, and we'll have a more normal supply.
Finally, let's look at demand, because folks are still, in most parts, spending more time at home. They're not going out to the restaurants like they usually had done. So does that mean we're cooking more steaks, more burgers on the grill, which could increase that demand?
I think that's exactly what's going on. Excuse me, I got a little tickle in my throat. it's been some interesting dialogue today with a couple of people that are kind of retail connected, Susan, and they've been talking about how strong the demand on a retail level is, particularly now that we've got this prices kind of built back into what's competitive and what's fair. You know, where you can T-bones, for instance, are advertised here for $7 a pound. You know, instead of this stupid $18 or $20 a pound that we had at part of it. So what we're wondering about is if we're going to see a little change in the consumer habits, because there's a number of people that they both work, right? They don't cook, they go out, and they're finding out that this isn't so hard to grill a steak. It's much cheaper to grill your own steak. And on top of that, you have it would be that you would eat more quantity when you're cooking your own because it's that much more economical, right? So I don't know. I think long-term, if there is anything, the long-term benefit might be that we might see an increase in this retail demand for sure.
All right, sounds good. Well, safe travels to you. I know we will see you next week in person at the NCBA meeting in Colorado, and we'll get to talk a little bit more about what's happening in the cattle market there.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's great to see you, and I look forward to seeing you there.
All right, sounds good. Brad Kooima has been joining us for this week's Cattle Call. I'm Susan Littlefield.